Previously on 2 Past Midnight.
Let me see map.
Here's the one I've got.
Okay. So Merrick looks at the map and looks at the cross and sees where he's facing.
You notice that it's north by northwest.
So he's facing towards A?
Not exactly towards A, kind of between A and B, closer to A.
I mean, through all of everything I've found, a majority of everything pointed here.
I say we then try and sneak in the back door of A, and then I guess go check out B.
Up ahead, you see a group of people in wool robes, and they're walking towards you. Chris, when you notice this group, they're about 200 meters away from you, but you seem to have noticed them before they noticed you. Also, you can kind of hear this, like, it sounds like they're singing, maybe? Like, it's kind of like they're all singing in unison.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
And they appear to be in, like, you know, like I said, some kind of, you know, wool robes.
Is based on previous experience, my instinctual reaction that it's a flock of assholes?
Maybe.
I would assume that's your default setting, isn't it?
Look, if you run into an asshole in the morning, you ran into an asshole. If you run into another one in the afternoon,
I use that all the time.
I'm shocked.
Stop being the asshole, Chris.
I use that saying all the time.
Me too, usually on Wednesdays.
Is Chris blushing? Is that
oh, man.
Yeah, as close as I get.
So you notice it sounds like they're like singing as a group, and they're on the road headed east in your direction, and you're headed west towards Kelsey. And this is in the hex before you get to Kelsey.
He heads back to the group. We've got a group approaching on the road, dressed in robes. They sound to be singing. I think there's a good chance it's the shepherd's flock folk, but Merrick, thoughts?
If they're in robes, how many of them do you say?
10, 12 from here, I think 8.
8.
There are 8. In their robes, are they singing? Do you know what words they were saying?
Polish.
You're about 200 meters away, so no. It was just like distant sound of it. You're surprised your hearing's good enough to hear it. I just thought I would add in some fun detail.
The wind carried their voices a little bit. I don't know. I can't tell you what they were singing. It's just you could tell it was something like melodic together.
I don't know, but it sounds like we should either hide from them or go around them.
All right, everybody, let's try and duck down and make ourselves scarce.
I want nothing to do with those fuckers if it's them.
I mean, theoretically, it's the back off thing, which means you would lose a hex of movement.
I thought there were 2 options. I thought
No, it's not really. I've done other things in the past, but like,
okay,
yeah,
right. So
Okay.
we're gonna back off.
I mean, unless you guys want to like set an ambush and then
not enact the ambush?
and not attack them. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do like waylaying, that we could try that, and then it's whoever has the lowest recons roll.
So that would be we're all banking on Bruce's stealth roll, and then
right.
You know what?
I
really don't want to machine gun down a bunch of people in robes today. So let's just back off and we'll divert around. We'll lose the 1 hex of movement. No, we're not on a time crunch at this point in time. So
Okay. It's your call, Cap. Turns out they're a bunch of helpful wizards.
probably.
All right, so you guys do your little back off maneuver. I'll probably end up using that encounter again at some point because that was actually the one that Shane contributed in the
God
in the
damn
O Club.
it, Shane.
So
I'm sorry, Shane.
sorry, Shane. They backed off from your encounter. So
Ran screaming, more likely.
but I thought I would still, name drop you for it. All right. So you guys back off. So that means we are now in the evening. Kyle, roll me a weather roll.
2.
Okay, still cloudy. And are you guys going to still go towards Kelsey? Because you can still go towards it. You would just lose a hex of movement, basically. From
So
that.
we
Right,
go
but being
normal
on the
speed
road, we
instead.
gain the extra movement anyhow. So
Right, back. Well, yeah, but you would have been there already now.
right, that's what I'm
but-
saying though. So
Yeah. Sorry, Shane.
So we just gave them a wide berth, but still kept heading in the same direction.
right.
Yeah. All right, so you guys make it to Kelsey. You guys should be able to move your token. Any of you, actually.
We generally wait until you tell us whether we've died or not.
Well, first it would be a recon roll from Chris.
Right, but
And
it's recon, then survival, then
Yeah, but you don't need survival because
because of the road and
X.
stuff. But that's why we don't move the piece. Is what we're
know.
trying to tell you.
know.
Is there's a lot that goes into. Hey, you guys actually didn't get to move, or if you did move, you actually went that way instead of this way.
1 success, 7 and a 4.
7 and a 4? Okay. So you guys come up towards Kelsey, and as you come down the road, you can see it in the distance, and it's like blown to shit, right? Like this place has been fucking demolished. Like you've been through towns and cities that have seen war, but this one just looks like a fucking wasteland, right? Like you don't see a building standing. It's just like everything's been just like blasted to shit. It's more so piles of rubble, maybe a wall here and there that's still erect, and that's about it. But for the most part, it's, fucking desolate. Did you roll your recon roll, Chris, for this one yet?
Yeah, I got a 7 and a 4. 1 success.
Okay. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Completely metagaming, do we want to scrounge in this Rebel Hex? Because there should be a bonus for it.
If you want to take some time and really like scrounge here, you may. Or you want to just do it as like a as you're
quick
moving
scrounge?
through, quick scrounge. Because you could either get multiple things if you take time doing it, or you could get one thing.
And we know the listeners wouldn't find it credible that Kyle didn't loot.
True story.
If you take your time here, you could roll well enough that you get a few things. But if you're just on the walk, then you just get one free roll on it for one item, whereas you could get multiples.
Cap, your choice.
I mean, if you want to scrounge, we can. Well, I mean, basically, we're just we'd be losing the rest of the shift, right? And then
Yeah.
we just start the next shift, and then we're off road after this shift,
And then you're at
anyhow.
night. At that point, it's because this is the evening shift now that you're in right now.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
I thought we were able to get 4 hexes on the road during a shift.
No.
Two.
No.
2?
Two.
4 hexes in for 2 shifts of movement, but you lost a hex of movement because of the group of people, and this would be halfway through the shift now, like the evening shift. So
We could scrounge and then make camp and then go from there.
All right, that works.
How many people can scrounge? Is like only one person can scrounge?
yeah, it'd be just like one person.
With an
Okay.
assister.
For scrounging, I have a B and a C.
Just a
For
flat,
survival.
flat B here.
You get a +2 for the terrain.
A and a B. That would put me at an A and an A if Bruce helps, I guess. Okay. In that case, Emmett and Murph, do you guys want to make camp now while we scrounge, and then we can kind of like speed up the process, or
Sure, and all this rubble and destruction, I can come up with something pretty good.
if the dice say so?
I mean, we're halfway through the shift, so it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I mean that's up to you. I was just thinking narratively, like, because it only takes a stretch to scrounge, right? Or
It's what you're doing that shift. It's a
Okay.
shift action, travel action.
I got a 9 and a 10 for scrounging.
So 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah.
All right. Roll me a D10 or a D100. I'm sorry.
Never been more excited in my life.
A D100. All right. That is a 10 and a 6. 16.
I rolled a 58.
All right. Roll a D6, Jeremy.
2.
All right. You're scrounging around, and the thing that you find is 2, where was it? Champagne glasses. So if you want to kind of describe what that is like. And Kyle, what you find, you said you rolled a 58.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to, you find like a broken loudspeaker, which would count as one general part and one electronic part.
So they're going through, and Merrick comes across what looks like an old curio store or gift shop. And going through the rubble, he finds fragments of plates and dishes and starts digging through and sees these light twinkling, and he pulls out one champagne glass. And then digging around a little bit more, he finds another one, and then sees the remnants of the rest of the broken glasses, and pulls them out and says, "The Lieutenant Bruce, I think these could be worth something for trade. Possibly good. They look like decent quality."
Hey, these are pretty nice. Wish we had something we could toast to, but either way, I think it's worth having. Check this out. This was an old speaker, from an old PA system.
Oh,
I don't know if,
loudspeaker.
I
Yeah,
don't know if we
yeah.
can get it working or not. Either way, it's got still some good parts in it. Doesn't look like it's completely useless. So hey, it's something interesting.
Could use magnet from speaker for something else.
Absolutely.
Or
There's
possibly,
wiring in here.
Some of switches. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a good thing. Could be useful.
And the other thing you find, and this is off of a list, but I think it's Glenn's. Sorry. Oh yeah, it is a Glenn one. Yeah. So the other thing that you find is a old, beat up keyboard and mouse. Thank you, Glenn.
Interesting.
Another one of our patron contributions.
With the round plugs.
Yep.
I don't remember what the fuck they're called.
PS2.
Sure.
I mean, is that what they had in Russia?
That would have been the yeah. So this is going to be another general/electronic.
Yeah. Yep. That's what you find.
All right, I flip over the mouse and pull the little rubber ball out of it. Look at it, put it back in, and click it back.
Yeah. Computer keyboard and mouse. That's all you got. And yeah, Chris, you're setting up a camp. Roll a survival roll and a recon roll.
Oof, 6 and a 1.
Okay. No, you did not fail the survival roll. Now the recon roll.
11 and a 2. So 2
Okay,
successes.
so
for
2
hiding.
successes. All right. Kyle, weather roll for the actual nighttime,
5.
since that's what we're heading into. All right, so it's still cloudy. And you guys come back from your little scrounging mission with these items. And Chris, what does that camp look like in these ruins?
Basically taking a shell of a building, like say, obviously first floor. And he's more focused on setting up good field of fire or field of view for anything approaching. That's why it's not hidden as well as before. So good spot in the rubble. That's got a building that still has part of the second floor, so the ceiling of the first floor, for cover in case it rains or anything. Yeah, mainly for view. Positional.
Brian, roll me a recon roll, since I'm assuming you're the one on watch for this.
Yes. Let's see. 5 and a 4. Man, I am rolling crap tonight.
Okay. And you got 2 successes, Chris?
Yes.
All right, so you guys are back, and I'm assuming you guys are going to go to sleep. All right, tell me what that looks like, y'all.
Looks like the inside of my eyelids.
Laying prone with my eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
And snoring softly.
I fall asleep while reading Henry V.
That tracks.
I'd say Murph is set up in the position that he picked. Sitting with his view, has the binoculars around his neck. It's dark, so obviously not that useful. But sniper rifle next to him. He's kind of kicked back, but still observing. And sitting there still trying to, in his mind, work out the puzzle of Rose and his team in his head.
Brian, what's Emmett doing?
Emmett would be just kind of posted up in a little bit of a, decayed part of a wall, somewhere where he's got a good, kind of the longest sight line he could find. But, I mean, even though this is ruins, I mean, honestly, you're still not seeing very far with all the different debris and, structures breaking sight lines. So he's just trying to, keep his head on a swivel, but at the same time, knowing that everything is very much narrowed down in these ruins.
Also, with it being a cloudy night, you can only see like 50 meters, so.
Right.
But you guys don't seem to notice anything, so. Because that was a shit recon roll. And it's fucking quiet, though. And that's the weird thing, too, is it's like you're in this area that, used to be a fucking town. It used to be where people lived, and now it's just piles of debris and silence and the wind just like rustling through everything. Just this whistle sound.
I think that's why we're quiet too, because it's quiet. Sound carries, don't want to give away anything, and because it seems so desolate.
Some time goes by, and a little bit more time. And then, all of a sudden, the sky starts to get a little bit brighter. It seems like we're starting to head in towards dawn. And we're heading in the morning. Kyle, roll me a weather roll.
3.
Still cloudy. And it is the morning of the 26th of June.
Good Lord. 3 months of game time has taken us 3 years.
Yeah.
2.5? 2.5 years for 3 months?
Yeah, something like that. 3.
not-
No, because we were
It was March.
We were
something.
playing Twilight 2000 right around, like we were getting ready to start it. I don't think we'd actually started recording yet.
I think we started recording in April.
Yeah. Like right at the end of April.
Yeah. Ugh.
So Murph sees those guys get up. As they come over, he takes the binoculars, hands it. Which one do you want them?
I'll take them. I will take the binoculars.
All right, I'm going to get some sleep. There's a whole lot of nothing out there, but never know.
I'm screwing around doing wet maintenance.
That sounds right. And Dr. Delinsky is doing...
Nothing. Sleeping now.
Hanging out.
He was up during the night.
Oh, okay.
He had a hard time sleeping.
It was eerie quiet.
Only one character can roll for scrounging in the same hex during the same shift, but others can help. For each time you scrounge, again, the same hex, it's a -1. So theoretically, Kyle, if you want to scrounge again, it's a -1. But if he's on watch, he can't help you do it.
But can Dr. Delinsky go with me?
He's asleep.
Oh, he went to sleep.
Yeah, he's sleeping now.
Dang it.
Womp womp.
So the only thing I have for survival is a B and nothing. So it would just be a C and nothing.
Well, it's a +1, +2 -1. So technically, you get a +1.
Yes. Okay. So it would be a
+1.
It'd be a B and a D.
I was going to say that
You
would
get-
add a D. Okay.
For the terrain, you get a +2 bonus. Because you guys already scrounged, you get a -1.
Okay.
Right, but you still get to add a second dice.
Yes,
you don't
right.
increase the one that you have.
Yeah, it wouldn't go to...
Correct.
Yep. A 6 and a 7.
All right.
So
Roll
6s
me
and 7s.
percentile.
A 29.
And don't roll it again, because actually roll me a d6 and then another d6.
2 and a 5.
A 2 and a 5. All right, so 1, 2. All right, what was the percentile you rolled again?
Completely forgot.
29.
Yes.
29. You find an electric mixer.
Hand or stand mixer?
It just says electric mixer, so dealer's choice.
Squeezing out,
Concrete
baby.
or cake?
Assuming for food, it requires electricity. It counts as one electronic spare part, and it has its bulk or its weight is 1/2. And the other thing you find in the same area as that mixer is is 6 biscuits, brown, and meat paste tin from a UK ration.
Thanks, Glenn.
That was from Glenn also.
Yeah, that was
Been a
awesome.
lot of Glenn
Shock.
scrounging.
That's awesome.
Honestly, I don't know what brown is, but that's what if you guys want to look it up.
It probably tastes
Glenn
exactly like brown.
Probably does taste
It's like
brown.
NyQuil that tastes exactly
Gravy?
like red and green.
Meat paste, biscuits, brown, and meat paste tin.
But it's a 10, so
So
it's
this
not
just count
spoiled,
as one
right?
ration or 6 rations?
It counts. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said 6. It's totally different. Half a day ration. Actually, is what it is. Ignore the 6 part of that. I was reading the thing from the column before it. So
Just eat it and don't tell us about
it would have a value of
100%.
6.
I walk back to the camp and eat it. Prepare it.
Yeah, it's only half day ration, so not a full day ration. Speaking of which, is anyone eating rations and shit like that?
upon waking.
Yeah, but I forgot to check it off. But thank you for reminding me.
Jeremy, did you roll recon?
I did. I got 1 success.
Okay. While you're sitting there and you're watching and you see LT off kind of scrounging around, you see a group of people kind of off in the distance, right? They're about 180 meters away. It's actually like 20 of them kind of like making their way past you all. Just looks like civilians kind of walking through, but they don't seem to have noticed your guys' camp or LT out there clunking around in the debris. And for a minute there, we get like this flash of Merrick with his son back in Krakow, like scavenging through the debris there. And we hear, "Ka!" We see that shot and him drop to the ground. We cut back over and we see that group of 20 of them. And that's what they're doing, is they're going through this debris field and just like looking for anything that might be useful.
Merrick has the SVD and he's looking through the scope and he thinks he sees his son and picks his head up to look again and looks again through the scope and the flash is gone and he pulls up the binoculars and he looks and the moment is gone, but the image is stuck in his head.
And they continue walking on. That's it. That's the morning shift. We're heading into daytime. Kyle, weather roll.
A 3.
Still cloudy. And the rest of you guys are up. What do you guys want to do?
Eat and drink water first.
Yeah. And then we'll load up and move out.
Load him up, move him out, road.
All right. So you guys, what direction are you headed? What is your plan?
East. Southeast. Back to Alice. I'm kidding.
I'd say north and then west from there.
Mm-hmm. And that's 1 hex for this shift and then another 1 hex for the next shift of travel. What did you get, Kyle, for your weather roll?
I
said it was still cloudy.
another 3.
Yeah, still cloudy. All right. And, all right, so you guys are going to head north. Daytime now. Chris, roll me a recon roll.
A 10 and a 1.
Start going along, and it's a road at first, but then since you're headed straight north, you're going into like a hillier woods type terrain by this point. What does the marching order look like? I'm assuming Murph in the front since he's scout.
Yep.
I would be behind Murph with my nose in my book.
Merrick is back by Emmett.
I have this image in my head of Bruce tail end Charlie with his nose in the book, like not really keeping up and just reading his book as he's walking.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong.
All right, Chris, roll me a d6.
3.
Okay. Brian, roll me a d6.
3.
Okay. Jeremy, roll me a d6.
I don't want to. 5.
Kyle, roll me a d6.
4.
Okay. You guys are patrolling along, and still like it's like back roads and fields and shit like that. Chris, roll me another recon roll.
7-11. So 3.
Okay. You're walking along, and all of a sudden, directly in front of you, you see just a little mound of dirt that looks suspicious. Like it might be a mine.
I run into the back of...
Whoa. No, you do not. And he's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. And stops and puts up his arm. Like, hold back. Stay back. Stay back. And can I investigate further using the combat engineer?
Sure, you can. You would need a knife to be able to, like, disarm the... I know, I'm just letting you know, like, that's the actual rules of, like, with mines. Like, you need, like, a knife or a stick.
I hand you one of the knives that was holding the dead body up on the cross.
Ooh, fuck off. Well, at first it's just like make sure that is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's +1 to recon when setting or avoiding mines or explosives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So your plan is to just go up and identify it as a mine, basically?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that clump of dirt or the thing that piqued my attention is a mine. You know, brush it away and then be like, okay, it is not a happy thing.
Yeah, you go up there and it is 100% definitely fucking mine.
That's a tech roll, isn't it?
To disarm it. Yeah.
What you got for tech?
Straight B.
Does but you have the
Right, so that would give me a B and a D.
okay. Merrick is a B and a D for tech, so
You could aid me,
sure, yeah,
so it becomes a B and a C, right?
yeah.
But do we even want to?
I mean, here is thing. Like tank, there could be children walk over this thing. He's in middle of nowhere. What the fuck is out here? Maybe something, maybe nothing, but still, this... Someone innocent could pass over this. There was group of refugees peeking through garbage in Kielce. One of them could possibly step on it. They have no reason to suffer from this pain.
Yeah, and concerning that we're approaching the area that we're trying to get to and we're finding a mine.
I mean, danger is about,
Yeah, we need to be more cautious the rest of the way in.
Okay, keep good eyes.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Sure, let's try to disarm it.
Okay.
And I mean, also, we can mark, I was going to say we could mark it, and that way nobody steps on it if we cross this area again, but you're right, we got to disarm it.
All right, so that's a tech roll to disarm the mine.
Yep, and that's a B and a D.
B and a C.
Or B and a C, B and a C, B and a C.
Unless Merrick cannot aid him. That's GM's discretion.
Ref's
discretion.
I'd say... Sure, why not?
Okay.
All right, you ready? Let's just
Okay.
try to keep that make sure that pressure trigger doesn't trip.
Okay, I clear off a little bit of dirt here. And on side here. Okay, you know more about these mines than I do, so...
Yep, that...
Actually, you
right
get
there is
another -1, though.
Ooh, okay.
Oh. So, flat B and a D.
Yep, switch that. All right, if I fuck this up, can I push it?
Yep, it is a pushable roll.
Okay. That's a good thing, because I just rolled a 5 and a 3.
Do not kill us, okay? Roll better. You remember 2 people blow up in car, okay? Maybe one of them was Polish, one of them was American. Maybe not kill us again, huh?
Yeah. 7 and a 3, thank God.
Is it?
It's posed.
I don't know. 1 success. It might not be enough.
So 1 success, you say?
That's what I say.
All right, hold on.
My blood pressure just went up.
I mean, with a B and a D, Jeremy, there's only a 1 in 10 chance of...
Sorry, I'm doing something else right now. Make sure I'm doing this right.
Wow, he's emailing out new character sheets. That's weird.
I know normally we just make them on the side, but I guess we're making new characters.
Da, 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 da. Boop.
Actually, I already know who I want to play next. If Merrick dies.
What nationality?
Russian. No. French.
Ooh. Kyle, he's going to one-up your accent.
Oh, that's not hard.
honestly, I don't think I can do a French accent very good. Not without being incredibly offensive.
That's an option to not be.
It's kind of our thing.
I try to do the Polish accent as best
No,
I can.
you're doing good with that.
Sorry, I'm building a map.
Mostly it's a result of watching TV and the few Eastern European people I've actually known.
Want to hear my French accent?
No, I'd love to hear any accent other than Boston.
I also did an Arkansas accent. Of
You
the
did do
redneck.
Arkansas. You know what? I don't give you enough credit for that. That Harrison was actually pretty good.
Right now, I picture Adam just being like, "Kill them or don't kill them. Kill them or don't kill them."
He's just plotting minefield to see how many we actually blow up when our body pieces land on mines.
And if they don't hear us coming, they definitely did now.
All right. I'm going to move you guys to a map.
Oh no.
I dislike this already.
We was already on a map.
No, you're not.
We were on a map.
Yeah, but I'm moving you over to a battle map. All right. So, Chris, this is where you are. And Merrick is in the same hex as you, which is also the same one that this mine is in as well. And there you go. So you go and you take your knife and pry it up out from underneath that mound of dirt to disarm it. You hear a click, and it doesn't explode.
Well, we're still alive, Merrick.
For today, okay, it's a good thing. All right.
So who has the last thing that we disarmed?
That's you. You keep track of loot.
Okay.
As far as I know.
So what it is, Murph, is a Soviet anti-personnel mine.
How big?
Soviet anti-personnel mine?
About the size of a bread box?
I didn't know if because aren't mines?
There's like
I'm just thinking IED type.
there are many types of designs of landmines, from personnel to, vehicle, tank.
Yeah, anti-armor and all of that.
And there are innumerable anti-personnel mine designs.
So like an OZM-4?
Hold on. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, don't they have the ones that will, like, they're designed to
Spring up.
yes, they spring up about waist high and then take out a whole squad.
That's why you don't walk that close together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's basically the Soviet equivalent of the same as like the M16 and a personal
Exactly.
mine.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, that's what I was looking up. It's page 114 of the book, if you're curious.
Yep.
So Murph looks at Merrick and he's like, "Good job, we got that one. Bad news? Where there's one mine, there's usually more."
Yeah, they don't normally place them by themselves in the middle of nowhere. Usually is field for most effective.
Yeah.
So, do we find path through here, or do we try clearing out all mines in circular pattern? Do we go straight forward? What is protocol here?
My preference would be to back off and try to go around it, but we have to be careful because I'm not going to get them all. I'm going to miss one. We're going to miss one.
You might have missed one on the way in,
That's the being careful on the way
or a
out.
few.
Dude.
That's why you retrace your steps.
Yes, sir.
Step where you stepped before.
Yeah, we got to back off this. I don't. I don't trust that we're going to see them all. It's not like we have a detector or anything like that. This could get ugly.
Okay. This Captain. What do we go through? We go around. Murphy is saying we go around.
I'd say that's the best bet. I mean, we're every step we take going forward, we're taking chances. So if we can back off out of here and try and get up around this.
The catch is we don't know what the edge of the minefield is, so we have to be very cautious to even going around. Because we don't know what around is.
Is circular, like arc. Is round. You go. It's not square.
Thank you, Merrick.
It's round.
Thank you.
See, I funny
Appreciate
guy,
that.
you know?
Hey, we could use some levity.
So basically, if your intent is to go around it, you would have to choose a different hex side than the one you were going to take, basically.
Worth
it. So this would be like as you're coming out of the city, like you came across a minefield, basically.
Gotcha.
So so you couldn't take that north one. You would have to pick a different one.
We'd pick the one to the northwest then.
Okay.
Hold on, he's gonna put us on the map.
If your heads weren't on a swivel before, they need to be now. Because I'm thinking the whole approach is going to be dangerous.
Not to break fourth wall too badly, but you are one on watch.
If you see something, say something.
It's interesting saying. I wonder where he gets it from.
Loose lips sink ships.
All right, but that also means that this will be the evening shift now. So Kyle,
Damn it.
roll me a weather roll.
A 5.
All right, still cloudy. Chris, roll me a recon roll.
Yes, sir. $62, 1 success.
Okay. And the evening shift goes along, and you guys move into that hillier terrain to the northwest of Kilsea. You don't seem to notice anything. But now you're in a no longer on road hexes, so you'll have to start rolling survival rolls for navigation. And it is evening and cloudy, and that's where you're at. So now we'd be heading into the nighttime right now. So it's getting dark. Kyle, weather roll.
4.
Still fucking cloudy.
Are we making camp, doing watch, etc.?
Yep.
Definitely want to make camp when we can see.
Okay.
I mean, it's nighttime, so
We're making camp at our normal time that we make camp.
right, nighttime.
Right.
So it's
We
a
want
night
to make
shift.
camp
Yep.
when we can't see to keep traveling.
Okay, I just meant not pitch black, so... Okay.
Well, I meant the evening shift would be the travel into that hex. That was the evening shift. So it is now night. It is nighttime.
So Merrick's gonna crash out, per usual, 1 up or 50%.
Okay. And I'm assuming LT does the same thing.
Same Z's.
Chris, survival, recon.
Yep.
Brian, I'm assuming you're on watch, recon. You can still only see about 50 meters away.
Survival. 5 and a 3. Is that pushable?
Yes.
9 and a 2.
Okay. So now the recon roll for tied in the camp.
7 and a 5, only 1.
All right. And then Brian, roll a recon roll.
4 and a 3.
Man, you guys never fucking notice anything at night. Chris, you make the camp. Brian, you don't notice shit.
Par for the course.
It's nighttime.
I think the reason that the camp isn't as well hidden is that he's got mines on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't want to go, like, touch outside of the area that he knows is safe.
Yeah. And, everything seems fine. Night goes on. You guys don't notice anything. And sun starts to come up. Now the 27th of June.
Emmett, what is your recon?
CNC.
I should probably be taking the night shift with Murph because I got a B and a B.
Okay, but then who takes the day shift?
You.
So we still have the same thing.
No,
but
we flip flop. You and LT, me and Murph.
Right. But I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, but you'll get the +2 from the binoculars, and it won't be negated by the -2 for the light.
Right.
It's not nighttime.
I'm saying mine's higher. There's more negatives at nighttime.
Right.
So we should probably flip flop next time.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
You know, I swear, didn't we had that thought, and that was what we were going to do, but then we switched it for
Something
reason?
happened.
He didn't
I
want to
was-
sleep
I
with
think.
me.
If I had to guess, if anything, it was the fact that we had a week in between episodes where we figured something out and didn't remember it
That's
when we
probably
started it again.
Yeah, we forgot. we forgot.
You ever do that?
Yeah, because I think we came up with a plan. Like, okay, we're gonna stagger it this way, and then
Yeah, we've been following
We
it kind of closely.
yeah, but then we changed it. But I don't remember why we changed it.
Because we forgot.
Because we forgot.
Yeah, I guess.
Life
Kyle,
gets
roll me
in
a
the
weather
way.
roll for the morning.
A 4.
Still cloudy.
Or maybe we were sleeping evening and night instead of night and day.
Yeah, who knows? All right, so I guess whatever Kyle's doing, and then Jeremy on watch.
Yep, on watch. Don't suck, don't suck, don't suck. Rolled very far away. I got a 1 and 11, so 2 success.
Okay, yeah, never mind. It's irrelevant anyway.
Yay!
Morning goes along. You're fine.
You guys are still alive.
Yeah.
Kyle, I liked that dismissive wave.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Morning goes along. You don't notice anything. It's fine. Everyone sleeps. And it's now daytime. Kyle, roll weather roll.
5.
Still cloudy. It's cloudy in Poland a lot, apparently. I don't know if that's real weather
Yeah,
or if it's just...
Apparently.
Is this a game mechanic or an actual thing?
Is this my seasonal
Column A,
depression
column B?
bleeding over?
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Yeah, is there such a thing as spring in Poland?
But also, nuclear fallout.
Yeah, fair
I
point.
mean, it's winter for Poland and France, so... That was a producer's joke, but I guess I'm the only one that saw it.
Springtime for Hitler.
Hitler and Germany. Winter for Poland and no? Mel Brooks? No?
Too soon.
All right. Is it too soon to talk about a Mel Brooks movie?
No, it's just an old and obscure one.
It's the opposite of too soon. It's been way too long.
Yeah. It's
actually
no
so
longer
long,
relevant.
yeah.
All right, so it's cloudy, daytime, everyone's up. What is your plan?
For the record, I got 1 food and 3 water.
Oh, actually, I should, Kyle, during the morning shift, did you want to go, like,
Ooh, I gotta do that.
scavenge for food or something? Like, forage for food? Or
Yeah, I'll
anything
do a
like
forage. That sounds fun.
that? Okay. Roll a survival roll.
I pushed it, got a 1, got stress.
Okay. So, yeah, you take a point of stress. Tell me what that looks like. You pushing, foraging for food.
So I go out, and then next thing you know...
Hey, don't go too far. Okay.
I've got this under control. Don't you worry about me. Next thing you see, LT's coming back and he's holding his boot in his hand. He's he's somehow got his shoe stuck in mud and pulled off of him, and he's just kind of limping back.
What has happened to you, my friend?
The terrain was a little different than I thought. It got a little muddy, and my shoe got stuck and pulled off, and then I couldn't find it. I couldn't get it out of the mud. I couldn't get in. I panicked, and I finally got it out, and I got to get back here and get it cleaned off before I put it back on. So
they lace, your boots lace all the way up, don't they?
Had I tightened them, it might not have been an issue, but they were. I was lazy this morning when I put them on. Needless to say, I didn't find anything for food.
Too busy pulling boot out of mud.
Yeah.
Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no, I cannot remember name of man. Von Munchausen, yeah?
We'll take your word on that one.
All right, so you guys, what is your plan for the daytime? What direction are you headed?
Captain?
North. We're going straight north from where we're at.
Straight
Really?
north?
You don't want to go away from what we think is the minefield?
I mean, if it's a 20-kilometer minefield,
That's a big fucking minefield.
Yeah.
and that's a lot of mines.
And we were already through that hex to the
That
north.
is true.
So,
All right, so navigation roll, Brian. And then Chris, recon roll.
Hey, I got an 8. 8 and a 2. 1 success.
Good, you don't accidentally wander back into the minefield.
yay!
Hooray!
I mean, that could have been an option. Is
I
all I'm
know.
saying.
7 and a 2, so 1 success.
1 success.
Yeah. I'm rolling a lot of 2s.
Stop.
It's
Yeah,
not
don't do
intentional.
that. How about that? How about you don't?
All right.
Always seems to be on the D10 too.
Chris, roll me 2d10s.
2 and a 2.
The two.
10. 10 and a 9.
Quit cheating, Chris.
I even picked it up and looked at it.
Oh, the nice thing is that was somebody else's roll.
All right, so you're going through this hillier terrain. You come up over to this hill, and ahead of you, about 380 meters or so, you see a crater. That is, wow. That's a lot of 6s I just rolled. 4, 3, 9, about 390 meters in diameter.
Wow.
Yeah. And fucking deep. Like at first you're like coming up over this hill and you're like, oh, valley. And then you realize it's like everything's just like fucking blasted out inside of this valley.
Can I say that this is my least favorite encounter in the entire fucking deck? Look at all the encounters. I hate this one the most.
Yeah, he turns to these guys. He's like, it looks like a fucking meteor hit there.
Yeah, we know it was not meteor though, huh?
Nope. Might as well have been.
Well, unless you guys want to glow in the dark, we'll have to go out and around this one.
I hate that card so much. So much.
Well, the last time Kyle wanted to go into it.
I got outvoted.
He got loot baited. That's not fair.
And we see you guys back off. Actually, I think it might be the same fucking crater. And you guys back off and go around in some direction.
The west.
I'm assuming to the northwest.
Yeah. Not to the east.
And we see that crater just still sitting there.
Taunting me.
Taunting Kyle, because there's dozens of armored vehicles inside of it that could be looted. And we end right there.
If you or someone you love is struggling with combat-related PTSD, please call 877-717-7873. Again, that number is 877-717-PTSD. Or you can visit online ptsdusa.org. That's PTSD Foundation of America. If you call, you'll be immediately connected to a combat veteran who understands those experiences. And if you go to the website, they have in-person groups scattered throughout the United States. And if there isn't a peer group near you, they have online peer groups. Again, that's PTSD Foundation of America. If you're struggling, you don't have to go it alone.